By the inner circle? How is this mortal still running? Shouldn't they have bled out about an hour ago?
Like I know how humans are supposed to work. The only thing I know is they can't keep going forever.
Sure, but I'm getting impatient. Aren't you starving?
Yeah. Alright, I've got an idea. Hey, human! Stop for a second. We want to talk.
You seriously think they'd buy that? Mortals aren't bright, but they can't possibly be that dense.
Shut up. I'm not done. Listen. You're in the Darklands. You know that. It's not like you can survive here for long. This place is chock full of creatures that want to eat you.
Oh, I see where this is going. Yeah, you've only been here, what, a day? And you're already on your last legs. We weren't even the first things to attack you. Honestly, you should consider yourself lucky. We're demons, and we can be reasoned with. If you stop for us now, we can guarantee a painless death. Even if you somehow manage to escape us, you can't expect much better.
Nice. Look, I think they're slowing down. Look, for all intents and purposes, you're already dead. Given you didn't run back to the border, you must have been banished here, right? You can't go back, and you can't survive here. The only choice that's left to you is how you're going to die. You won't get a better offer.
Ha! There we go. Wait, was that on purpose? Or did they just pass out?
Who cares? Hurry up before they run off again. They're looking pretty pale. I think they just can't move anymore.
Well, looks like we don't have to follow through with our end of the bargain.
Like we would have, whether they played along or not. What are you thinking? Roasted alive?
I kind of want to make it last. You don't see many humans out here anymore. Maybe we cut off the legs and roast those, and save the rest for later. I have some ideas about what we could do with the rest.
You talk like you're some kind of chef, but everything you cook is awful.
Fine then. You won't get any. Let's get them home. Come to think of it, where are we? I can't tell with this fog.
Not sure. We chased them pretty far. Wait. I think I see something. It looks like... Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh? What did you... Oh. Uh-oh. Hey! Get away from that door! There's nothing behind it but trouble for all of us!
You demons. What are you doing in front of my mansion?
Us? Just getting some dinner. We didn't realize we'd wandered onto your property, sir.
Didn't realize? You're at my front door. Am I to believe you traveled this far unwittingly?
Well, we were preoccupied. We were just following the human.
Speaking of which, I'm sure you realize that any humans that enter my domain are my property.
Yes, I've heard that, but, you know, it's lost so much blood already, it hardly seems worth it. For a vampire, I don't suppose we could take it off your hands.
I'm not known for being charitable to demons. but I suppose they do look. Wait. What is?
Oh, that a mark? Yeah, some sort of tattoo, I think. I've seen some humans with it before, but I don't know what it means. Anyway, we'll just...
No. This is mine. Leave us.
What? Come on. You could get a human anytime you wanted. We have to.
Drop it.
But we...
Drop it. If he gets pissed off, we're both dead. It's just not worth it.
All right. I'm, sorry. We'll leave immediately.
See that you do. Now then, let's get a closer look at you, human. You're in a terrible shape, aren't you? It looks like those demons weren't the only beings that attacked you. Can you stand? No, I suppose not. I'll carry you inside. If you can help it, do try to avoid getting blood on my clothes. There we are. Come along. I'll take you inside. Shh. No need to speak. I'm going to take care of you. You are correct. You have no say in the matter. For the sake of your well-being, I'm making the decision for you. Perhaps you may feel that it's not my place, but unfortunately, you don't have a say here either. You are in my lands, in front of my mansion. You'll have to just accept that I am in control. If it makes you feel better, I really do have your best interest in mind. That wasn't any sort of joke. Why do I care? Well, we can get to that later. For now, try not to speak too much. And here we are. It's perhaps a bit more modest than I would prefer, but I think I've made the best with what I have out in these cursed lands. Oh, so you wouldn't call it modest. I suppose to the immortal, it seems luxurious enough. I've had a much more opulent home in the past, though. You speak as though you have some familiarity to mansions, but you don't strike me as a noble. Perhaps you have a rich friend. I feel as though I touched a nerve. I meant nothing by it. Here, my guest rooms aren't presentable at the moment, I'm afraid. So for the time being, you can use my bed. My servants will have your own room ready in time. For now, lay there and rest. Servant, fetch me some first aid supplies. I believe we have some suitable for humans. Now, how are you feeling? In pain? Unfortunate. But is it too much to bear? Good. How long have you been in these Darklands? Only a day. Well, that doesn't bode well for your survival. You will be safest if you stay here with me. I doubt you can escape me regardless. But don't make an attempt. There's nothing out there for you. Ah, there are the supplies. Tend to their wounds, servant. Now I believe introductions are in order. My name is Dante. And you are? Why the silence? Not long ago you weren't as much. Perhaps you worry that giving me your name will grant me power over you? There are humans who believe silly things like that. You needn't worry about that unless you find yourself among Fae folk. Besides, I already have complete control over you. Perhaps I should show you, so you won't cling to the idea that I haven't harmed you only because I'm waiting for a chance. All I need to do is look in your eyes. You can feel it, can't you? My will, dominating yours. Only the most powerful vampires possess this skill. I may control you at any time, but I won't. I don't have any ill will towards you. If you won't tell me your name, I won't force the issue, but I would appreciate knowing what to call you. Well, I'm glad to meet you. I hope I can take this as a sign that you trust me at least a little. Servant, are you finished? Good. You are dismissed. Now, I'm sure you must be curious about why a vampire such as myself would take a stranger into his home. Well, to answer that, I need to know something. Why are you here? No, not in his home. Why are you in the Darklands? Well, I imagine it's a bit of a sore subject. Humans don't come to the Darklands willingly. At least, not any smart ones. Can I assume that you've been banished? That's what I thought. And that mark on your back, is it? The red sigil of death, as I feared. You have to have angered someone very powerful to earn that. All you need to know is that I recognize it, and I understand its significance. What did you do to receive such a punishment? You don't strike me as a kind of person who deserves such a brand. Regardless, the sigil implies you've committed the most heinous of crimes. It's not the sort of thing you receive for no reason. You flinched earlier when I mentioned a noble friend. Does that have anything to do with it? Were you actually friends with a noble? What do you mean by not exactly? Oh, you got intimate then. That cannot be the entire story. Tearing in a noble's chambers is scandalous, of course, but it's not a punishable offense. Still so tight-lipped about it. Well, I think I can take a guess. The noble tried to keep it a secret at first, I'm sure. But then perhaps the word got out, and so he somehow pinned the blame all on you, in a way to get rid of you. Claimed that you drugged him and coerced him into it? That's sloppy. But apparently it was effective to get you out. It's dreadful that he got away with that. It's absolutely shameful and noble to drag a commoner in such a mess then refuse to take responsibility. He's not worthy of his bloodline. But regardless, the fact remains that his bumbling has ruined your life. There's no changing that. However, you're not as bad off as you might have been. You're quite fortunate to have come across my mansion. I will permit you to stay here, so long as you're willing to do some work and earn your keep. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. Just housework. I'm low on staff, so you've come at an opportune time. It's difficult to find good help in the Darklands. Most of its denizens are too violent to follow orders, or too cowardly to live under the same roof as me. I find that humans usually make for the best servants, but it's rare to find a live human here. Still, I've managed to find a number of them, and there are few non-humans who are well behaved that I've taken in as well. Of course, having so many humans under one roof has come with its own set of challenges. You are considered quite a delicacy by many other creatures here. My reputation is usually enough to keep them at bay, but ever so often one of them is foolhardy enough to try something. Rest assured, I've yet to lose a single servant, at least any that didn't leave the mansion. A few have tried to venture away. You can imagine that it never goes well. But you don't need to worry about that, so long as you're willing to remain with me where it's safe. I expect much from my servants, but I'm a fair master. You'll be treated well if you do your job diligently. What do you mean? I believe I already told you that I'm taking you in because I need another servant. I see. I thought that you might have been unconscious back then. Well, you do remember correctly. I was about to let the demons have you until I saw the sigil. At first, you looked like you were so weak and lost so much blood that I thought you weren't going to make it. But that mark, let's just say it holds a special meaning to me. When I saw it, I decided to save you, and I'm happy I did. You seem to be stronger than I originally gave you credit. Despite your injuries, you seem to be quite stable. Of course, you'll still be needing plenty of rest. With all the blood you lost, you need ample time to build it back. You can rest in my bed for now. I won't move you to another room until you can safely move about. Will I drink your blood? We can discuss that once you have some blood to give. Rest assured you're safe with me. I won't try anything to cause you any harm. I will leave you to sleep for now. Later, I'll have my servant come up with food for you. Rest easy, my new servant.